Welcome to Deaf Dialogue. My name is Davi, joined as always by the firstborn unicorn, West VA, and the only person alive willing to admit that he's from Ohio, Quiet K. 2 years ago, almost to the day, we interviewed someone who would change Deaf Dialogue forever. This week, we have the pleasure of once again speaking with the one, the only Threat Rabbit. Welcome back.
Thanks.
As of this recording, on whatever day this is and date that this is, 2 years after the original Threat Rabbit episode was published, Threat Rabbit still is king or queen, however you want to look at it. The most listened to episode of Deaf Dialogue to date.
Nice.
Not even close.
That's so funny to me.
How does that make you feel?
Like, it has to be just the name of the episode. Like, I'm curious if you call this one like The Return of Threat Rabbit. Like,
Hey,
you know?
I was struggling. I was like, do I call it Threat Rabbit 2.0? Like, but the return of Threat Rabbit, I'm feeling that.
Threat Rabbit returns.
Yeah.
Threat Rabbit returns.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm down with it. Okay.
The sequel.
Yeah, exactly. That'll just be the description. The sequel. And so it continues. Anyway, well, welcome back. Thanks for wasting some time with us tonight. We're gonna kick this off. I know you have you went on a cruise, and we want to hear about your cruise. And you had mentioned a incident with your mama on the cruise. Kyle, we're gonna come back to you, Ohio Kyle, because I know you also have a story. And I'm really curious about hearing that as well. So, Threat Rabbit, kick it off. How was the cruise? Tell us all about it.
So we went to the Bahamas, our first cruise ever. Me, my mom, and my sisters. It was our birthday gift to her last year for her birthday. So this was the last week of February into the 1st of March. No, I lied. It was the end of March into April. Yeah, last week of March into the 1st of April. Anyway, so we sailed out of Baltimore, and we were on the Carnival Legend, which is one of the smaller ships, but it is one of the few that will actually move fast enough to get from Baltimore to the Bahamas and back in 7 days. So again, we are all virgin cruisers. None of us have ever cruised before. No fucking idea like what to expect. We tried to research it, but you just don't know until you get there, really. So so we got on a Sunday evening. So Monday was our first full sea day. And the weather was kind of shitty because we were still, we might have made it to like North Carolina on Monday. Like, it wasn't warm yet. It wasn't Bahamas weather yet. So, we weren't really like spending a lot of time, outside on the deck of the ship or anything. But, and it was kind of rainy. It was rainy and windy that day. But there's only so much to do, especially on a small ship. So at one point that afternoon, Mom and I were like, well, let's go just like explore the ship, see what there is to see. We hadn't been around the whole thing yet. So we're like, well, first let's go to the bar and get a drink. Obviously, we're on a ship. You got to have a cocktail at all times. So we went down to the bar, we ordered drinks. And we both got some like fruity rum cocktail of some kind. So we're carrying these drinks around. And we were on the Lido, which is like the main deck where like all the food and everything is. And we're like, let's go walk to the front of the ship. I now know that it's technically called the forward. There's forward and there's aft. Like, I'm such a pro now. So we start walking towards the front of the ship, and it's like really windy, like really windy. And we've never been on a ship before. We're like, oh, it must just be like really windy because we're in the middle of the ocean, you know, like, and it's raining, and you know, maybe the ship's going really fast. In reality, it's going like fucking 20 miles an hour, maybe. Like, it's not, should not have been that windy under normal circumstances. So anyway, so we start walking out, and like it is getting hella windy, and we are like holding our drinks like for dear life, and the wind is just blowing at us, like, and you know, we're both short, and like my mom especially is like a petite woman, so like the wind is almost strong enough to like take us down. And mind you, like nobody else is out there, nobody. And like, you know, on a ship with like, I don't know, 2,000 plus passengers, you would think that like you might run into a person or two when you're out and about. No, but not a fucking soul other than the two of us idiots out there. So we get to the very front and we're like, okay, this is really bad. Like, let's just, you know, we're just going to make a full circle and go all the way around, or half circle, whatever, and start heading back. So again, we're holding our drinks. At this point, like our drinks are literally blowing out of the glass, like at us, like in our faces. That's how fucking windy it is. And we're just trying not to fall down at this point. Like if our drinks end up being casualties, whatever. But like we're just trying to stay on our feet. So we get to the other side and start to walk back, and we see that they've actually like closed off like that entrance to get back into like the pool area, like the inside area of the ship. So we're like, fuck. So we have to, we're like, we got to turn around and go back the way we came. So we turn around and we start to head back. And I also should mention that the front of the ship where we were is where the gym is. And so there's like people in the gym on like treadmills and ellipticals and shit, like just watching all of this happen. Like, and probably just like, look, check out these fucking morons, you know? And so we get back, and of course now the wind is blowing us forward because we're heading, you know, back the way we came. And like we finally get back to, you know, I guess safety, and are like collecting ourselves. Meanwhile, we passed this guy with like a sign and a rope, and he's like, yeah, I'm about to close this area off. It's not safe out here. And we're like, you fucking think? Like, they were probably watching us struggle, and we're like, we need to block this off, like these idiots, you know? So we get back, and we're like collecting ourselves and like, you know, making sure we still have everything that we went out there with. And I'm like, fuck, where's my phone? Like, I do not have my phone. And so my mom's like, well, did you have it at the bar? And I'm like, yeah, I had it at the bar. Like, she's like, well, maybe, you know, you left it like lay at the bar. And I'm like, all right, let's go check it out. So we go to the bar. It's not there. I'm like, shit. Like, do you think I dropped it while we were out there? Like, I had a bag, you know, but I never saw or heard anything fall. But that's all I can think of, is that I dropped my phone while we were out there. It fell out of my bag, whatever. So we have to go back over to where, of course, they've closed it off now. So it's not like we can go out there and like try to find it. But I go over and I'm like, I look and I'm like, that is my phone out there. Like that, there's something out there on the ground. Like, you know, I can see just a little something. I'm like, that's gotta be it. And then I also see my glasses, not my like, okay, I'll demonstrate, but like I have the pair glasses where like the little, like, you know, you can put little toppers on.
Okay.
And so I had like a pair of these like sunglasses in my bag, and realized that those were also gone. And I see like that laying on the ground as well. One of the lenses popped out. So like my shit is like all over the freaking deck of the ship. And I have to find these two guys that were, I don't know, they were like maybe bussing tables or something. And I was like, guys, my phone is out there. My glasses are out there. I was like, I can't go out and get it. Like, can you just open this real quick so I can like run out and get it? And the dude's like, I got it. Like, I'll go get it for you. So this poor guy like risked his own life to go out there and get my fucking phone and my glasses and pick up the pieces and bring it back to me. I'm miraculously, like, my phone was not broken. But I do not understand why. It definitely should have been. It actually should have probably been in the ocean. I'm impressed that it was even still on the boat at this point. Sorry, ship. They get offended if you call it a boat.
Not a boat.
Not a boat. It's a ship. So bless this guy's heart. We're like digging in our pockets to like tip him like whatever we have on us, because tipping is like a big thing on the ship. Like, you like prepay gratuities, but you're supposed to tip cash when you can and when it's appropriate. And so like my mom is like digging in her purse, like trying to pull out money. So we ended up giving this guy like whatever we had on us at the time, and we're like, thank you. So that's how we almost died. And I temporarily lost my phone. And this is the first day of a 7-day cruise.
Started well. I'm concerned for your eyes. Did you not have sunglasses the rest of the time?
No, I did. I was able to pop the lens that came out like back in. It took a long time for me to get it, but I did manage to piece that back together.
I would have been bummed to be on a cruise without sunglasses.
I know.
Painful.
It would have sucked. I did not have a spare. So.
I just picture Wes being that busboy in like young Wes, and somebody like you guys, like nice as can be, going, hey, excuse me, sir, like I know the weather's really bad right now, but is there any way you can go out there and get my phone? And then Wes like, oh yeah, no problem. He opens the door and he starts to run to your phone, and then trips and kicks the phone into the ocean.
Into the ocean. That's what you get for being dumb.
I could just picture him doing that.
I would just think that would be a really good iPhone commercial though. Like
yes.
Durability.
Or like for the case or the screen protector or whatever that I had on the phone at the time. Yeah. So looking back on it, I'm like, we honestly, like, we could have died. Like, it was that bad. But like, we're just like,
I thought that's where we were going.
That we died? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, one person.
Yeah, you're actually talking to my ghost right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know how we still had our drinks by the end. I think half of our glass, like the drinks, had actually blown out of the glasses onto us. But yeah, so that's my story about how we almost died.
The package for like the alcohol package?
No. Okay, we did the math, and you have to drink, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys could, because you're, bigger drinkers than we are. Yeah, I wasn't going to say that, but, maybe you guys could get your money's worth. There is no way in hell that I would have been able to drink enough. I don't know if the four of us combined could have drank enough to warrant the drink package. It's like $600 for the week. And you have to, like, we did the math, you have to drink like 15 drinks a day just to get your money's worth out of
$600 a day.
Cheap?
No, 600 for the week.
Oh yeah, I could totally drink that.
But yeah, 15 drinks a day pretty much is like what it comes out to, like that you would have to drink to get your money's worth.
I feel like I could do less than that.
I feel like I could do that before
Aren't drinks
noon.
Aren't drinks like $10 a pop?
Depending, yeah. The fruity cocktail shit that we drank, yeah, it was probably like 10, 11, 12 bucks. Again, I'm not a heavy drinker, and I drink really slow, so there's no way that I would have drank 15 drinks a day, even close to that. And the other thing is that, like, if I bought the drink package, then anybody in my room would also have had to purchase it. So because they don't want you like sharing drinks.
Wow.
So yeah, so then mom would have had to get it too, and yeah, it just would not have been worth it. But that is like a bit, like, if you get on like Carnival Cruise, like Facebook pages and communities, like that is all anybody fucking talks about. The drink package and is it worth it? Like I probably 9 out of every 10 posts that I saw when I was looking, researching cruises was like, has anyone done the drink package and is it worth it? I'm like, Jesus, that's all anybody talks about. So it's funny that that's what you chose to ask about. Yeah, no, we did not. What? He froze again.
Yeah, he did.
God.
You were talking about people working out, and it this question dawned on me. I wonder, or maybe because you researched the cruises, but could you use a cruise as a form of transportation to just get to the Bahamas and then stay there for like 2 weeks? Like, do you pay for your voyage there and back, or you just pay for the trip and you just come back? Like, could I take a cruise like you would 100 years ago to get to a destination and then stay there?
Okay, first of all, your microphone is amazing. It's just cracking me up right now. Anyway, so yes, they do have one-way cruises. This one was not a one-way. So, I mean, they were expecting you to get back on the ship when you were in the Bahamas. Yeah. Not that they won't leave without your ass, because they totally will if you don't make it back onto the ship. But they do. I actually saw one that was like a transatlantic cruise that was like one way. So you would just go and, I guess at some point fly back if you decide to not like live there.
Yeah, like that. It's kind of like a train. Like it'd be kind of cool to do like an old school way of getting somewhere. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I would love to. Like, people like live on cruise ships, like retire and just live on cruise ships, because I mean it's your lodging obviously is paid for, your meals are paid for. It's all part of the cost of the cruise, and there's no limit to like what you can eat and when and how much. And I mean, you got somebody that comes and cleans your room every day. Like it actually might not be that bad, so yeah, people do it. I would do it. It was fun, except for that part that I just told you guys about. That wasn't really fun.
So how many days did it take to get to the Bahamas?
Like, entertainment?
So it took us 3 days to get down there.
Okay.
What are you laughing at, Dave?
This is what it's like.
So far behind.
This is what it's like. Normally it's me, and now I'm on the other end,
experiencing it for the first time.
Dude, it's like I've been born for the first time right here.
Wes is so far behind that he's like actually still listening to the story.
He's like, "Did you get your glasses back?"
Shut up.
I think his question was there entertainment?
Yeah, there's entertainment. We played bingo, like a bunch of old biddies. So that was fun. And actually we did that a couple times. They have like shows, they have music. There was like a violin trio that played every night that we would just go chill and listen to. They were cool. There's always something to do, but like for me, like I'm on vacation, so like I wasn't trying to run around and do a whole bunch of shit, like I just wanted to chill. We had a balcony room, so we would just sit out on the balcony. I think I took a nap almost every day, like just chilled. And then of course the days that you're like in the Bahamas, you're getting off of the ship and like going to the beach. And we did a dolphin excursion where we got to like not swim with a dolphin, they call it a dolphin encounter, but we got to like hug it and touch it, and that was cool. So yeah, there's entertainment if you want to find it, but they have an app and it tells you what's going on where, like throughout the whole cruise. And so you just show up to whatever it is you want to do or see.
What's it like for 2,000 people to get off the ship at the same time?
It's stuff. They actually like it, they have it down to a science, like for the most part. They're pretty efficient. They basically when everybody's getting off, like at the end of the cruise, they basically call you off like by deck. So it's like if you're staying on this deck, like it's your turn to get off. We chose to carry our own luggage, so we didn't have to worry about like checking luggage and then trying to get it when we got off the ship. But that's an option too. So yeah, I mean, it's crowded. It takes a while to get everybody off, but like when you're on the ship, like it doesn't feel like there's that many people on it. Like I never felt like cramped or crowded. Like the lines were never really bad. Even getting on wasn't that bad, but yeah, getting off was a little bit painful.
I just imagine dumping, like for the people in the city, there's like, oh shit, it's an invasion.
Oh yeah, Baltimore probably hates Carnival.
I don't know. You got a bunch of people coming into your city at once to spend money.
Yeah, true.
So true. When we sailed out, well, and when we came back, we actually went under the Bay Bridge, which was cool because I had only ever driven across it, when we would go to Ocean City. So it was cool to see it like from underneath. So yeah, that was cool. It's a good time. We want to do it again.
I'll go with you.
Huh? Did you say, did Momo go with us?
Yeah, I thought that was the plan.
Well, we asked her if she wanted to go, but she didn't. So I think this next time we're going to try to convince her, because we do want to go again, and we definitely think that she would have enjoyed herself. And especially now that like we kind of know like how it works and what to do and what not to do. I'm hoping that we could convince her to go next time. I think she'd really love it. But no, it was just us this time.
Do they just constantly play Titanic on repeat on the TVs?
No, I really wanted them to put when we saw the violin trio, I wanted them to play what is the song that they play like when the ship's going down?
Yeah, that's all I was thinking when you said violin trio. I was that feels a little too much like Titanic. I don't think I want to listen to that.
Yeah. Okay. I think on the Titanic it was actually a quartet and not a trio, to be exact. Sorry. But yeah.
They lost one.
Yeah, they lost one.
They're out there with Jack.
But yeah, no, I was like, that might be in poor taste to ask them to play that. I guarantee you somebody has though. Yeah, I didn't see any Titanic.
I saw this video on Instagram today. It was like the wrong time to play like Stairway to Heaven or some shit. It was like the middle of this the Harry Potter scene where Snape kills Dumbledore. And this guy with this guitar just plays right into it. It's so fucking
Spoiler alert. Make sure you put that at the beginning of the episode, Dave.
Hey, if you haven't seen that, probably shouldn't be listening to this podcast. Although Wes hasn't seen that. And he's on this podcast.
I don't really buy into the whole Harry Potter thing either, so.
All right, Dave, it's just you and I. They can leave. You
can't hear me anyway.
Nope.
What'd you say?
We heard that. What sucks is that like, your listeners don't really get the video part of it, which is half the fun.
Yeah, that would be a fun video to post. Me struggling.
You're just like present 90% of the time.
Like this the whole time.
Yeah.
It's just a picture of me.
And we're back.
Kyle, Ohio Kyle, everybody. You have an interesting story
What
as
is my
well.
association with Ohio all of a sudden?
Huh?
Huh?
Kyle. It doesn't ring a bell?
No.
Really?
Ohio Kyle?
Nothing?
Does that mean something?
Nothing?
Nothing.
We'll circle back.
Oh, no, you got to tell me now. Is that like,
I
is this some pop culture thing that I'm just like, don't know?
Oh, man, it has everything to do with you.
With me.
Specifically you. Yep. With you.
Okay. Clearly, I don't remember this, but all right. Here's my story. And I'm not as fired up about it anymore, so maybe I won't be as passionate about this story. But we'll
you
see.
Get fired up? Like, what can we do to get?
I mean, I'm going to get fired up as I tell it, probably, because it was ridiculous. So here's the backstory: is that we have a poop station for the dogs in the middle of the neighborhood. The event happened on Sunday, and I think it was Friday morning when I noticed that they were out of poop bags. Okay. So you know where this is going, but whatever. And so for like that day and a half, when Luna and I would walk Archie, we would walk like in a direction that wasn't like the bulk of the neighborhood, like areas where I could go and I wouldn't care about leaving shit on the ground or whatever. But Luna, like on Sunday afternoon, was like, no, we're walking through the neighborhood. Like she wanted to ride her bike through the neighborhood. I was like, all right, whatever. Like, let's go. It'll be fine. We get maybe 200 feet from the house. Whatever. Poops. Can't pick it up. But at this point, we're still like in an okay spot. So I was like, whatever. I'm not worried about that one. Fucking dog. Like another 3 houses down, shits again. This time right in the front of someone's yard. But it like, you know how there's normally like a yard, a sidewalk, and then a yard. So it was like on the road side of the yard, like that little bit of grass. So whatever. I looked around when he went and I saw no one. But I knew we were walking towards the poop station. So I was like, okay, hopefully they'll have bags. I'll pick it up on my way back through. Whatever. No problem. Like I said, I turned around and looked everywhere to see if there was anyone, and there wasn't. So we get to the poop station, there's no bags. And I'm like, well, shit. And so
literally.
Yeah. And so then at that point, I'm like, all right, there's another poop station like on the far end of my neighborhood. Like, I guess Lynn and I can walk over there. We have nothing to do anyways. So I was like, all right, let's keep going. So we just kept going. Got maybe 50 feet past the poop station without bags. And all of a sudden I hear someone behind me say, excuse me, sir. And I'm like, I wasn't even thinking that what you know is about to happen was about to happen. Like I just thought he had a question or something. So I turn around. Also, I have my AirPod in talking to my mom because it's Mother's Day. So that's funny with this as well. But anyways, I turn around and this guy, when he said, excuse me, sir, was completely calm. Like just said, excuse me, sir. I turn around immediately, hand goes up with a bag full of poop. And he starts aggressively saying, when your dog poops in someone's yard, you need to clean it up, like yelling at me, like immediately. No, like build up, no, like talking to me calmly, like a normal fucking human being, just yelling at me. All right. And so I immediately, because I'm like, why? Like, I don't do well with confrontation. 1, 2, I'm getting yelled at when my daughter's right here. Like, I didn't know what to do. And so I didn't begin explaining like, I'm going to get bags. I'm sorry. Like, no, I just immediately was like, there's no bags. I don't know what you want me to do. Like, I don't even know what I said, honestly. Can't remember really. And he just kept escalating, kept yelling, kept getting mad. I don't know what he said at that segment of the conversation, but I know he just kept going. So I just started laughing at him, because I was like, there's no bags, and just started kind of laughing at him. And that pissed him off even more. So as I started laughing at him, he starts to turn around, and then he, I guess because I'm laughing, he turns back around and he says, whatever, you can brush me off, but maybe you should be a better role model for your kid and be a better parent. And I was like, if I was a different person, I'm pretty sure I would have gone and just fucking hit this 50-year-old in the face. Like, are you kidding me? This is an old man. Like, what is your problem? Not old, but I think he was probably in his 50s. I don't know. But like, are you fucking shitting me? So then at that point, as he's saying that, he just storms off and throws my dog shit away. And not once did I tell him I was going to get poop bags, because I don't need to explain myself to you. You didn't need to pick up my dog shit. You could have calmly come to me and say, hey, I saw you your dog pooped back there and you didn't pick it up, and handed me a bag and been a nice person. But no, you insulted my parenting and yelled at me. And all the while, like, I told this to Kelsey, and Kelsey was like, you should have been like, role model. What type of role model are you, yelling at a person with a small child? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, clearly the guy was probably having a bad day, whatever, but like, fuck off.
Or he was just a dick. I think the best part of that story, as I'm visualizing it, is like that he's literally holding a bag of dog
shaking
shit
it
like the whole time.
He called the poop shit.
Yeah. And the whole time Luna's just like right next to me on her bike, just staring like,
yeah,
like, what is happening? And my mom's in my ear, and my mom's like, what is going on? What is happening?
Tell him you're from Ohio. Okay? He'll leave you alone.
Stay there, honey. Damn. I'm coming.
I wish I would have stayed more composed, because he would have felt even worse if I would have been like, excuse me, or like, who are you? Like, why are you talking to me like this? I think laughing at him was probably pretty funny and pissed him off too, but I think that was just my go-to reaction, because I was like, I don't know what's happening right now. I'm getting yelled at in public by someone I don't know. But now, you know what fucking sucks is like, this guy lives in my neighborhood. I'm going to see this person again. Like, how fucking awkward. Also, I have a neighbor, a friend in the neighborhood that I hang out with, and our daughters play. And I was telling him the story, and he was like, dude, like 2 weeks ago, my dad was visiting. He got yelled at by someone. So now I'm thinking it's the same guy. Yeah.
You should go shit in his
The other funny thing is that Archie's played and met with this dog multiple times while walking, and not once have I ever seen this guy walking this dog. His wife almost always walks this dog. So it was Mother's Day. He was probably pissed he was walking the dog, and then he saw me not pick up poop, and he was like, I'm fucking going after this guy. Get him.
Gosh.
Anyways, I was like livid when I texted you all, like I had a story to tell you. So
I would like, I would just have to fuck with him like every day from that day forward. Like, he would wake up to a bag of my dog's shit on his porch every day.
Yeah. I said that to Kelsey. I was like, I should find their yard and just like let Archie poop in it every day.
Every day. Start a routine.
Yeah. Later that evening, I drove around the neighborhood just to waste time, because I wanted to finish the song I was listening to in the car. And as I drove around a corner, he was there with his wife and like 3 other people, just like walking his dog again, standing there. And I almost stopped and like calmly talked to him, but I didn't. I wanted to just like kill him with kindness. I just wanted to be like, make him feel awful for what he did. But
you should have had a bag of shit ready.
Yeah, and just thrown it in case.
Hey, excuse me, sir, and then like shake your poop bag.
But the other thing that pisses me off is like as stupid as it is, or as stupid as I think it is, because we're taking something that's fucking biodegradable and putting it in a goddamn plastic bag for it to not disintegrate. Like, it's stupid. But like, I do it because I know it's like the courteous thing to do for your neighbors, because you don't want them stepping on shit. Like, whatever, I get it. So I'm always cleaning up after him. And so what pissed me off too is like, I'm going to be so mad when he sees me again and I'm carrying a bag of shit, because he's going to be like, oh, I taught him a lesson. Go fuck yourself, guy. Go fuck yourself. Like, I don't want him winning in this situation at all. What do you use?
Paper.
Fingers.
You use paper?
No, Kyle. No. You're exactly right.
Compostable plastic bags, but which we do when we buy bags, we do. But our HOA pays for bags. So I'm like, I told Kelsey, I'm like, we need to stop buying bags. Just get them from the damn thing in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was my story. Fucking guy. Oh, two more kickers on this story that I completely forgot about. One, the guy was wearing a Longwood soccer shirt, went to Longwood. So I thought that was funny. That's the only thing I was thinking about when he was yelling at me was, oh, you have a Longwood shirt on. Two, this is the funniest, maybe the funniest part, and I completely forgot to say it. So you all know that I walked even farther into the neighborhood to get poop bags. After the guy yelled at me, Archie pooped again, and I still didn't have bags. Luckily, that guy went the other direction, so he didn't watch me not pick it up again, which would have been awful. That would have been painful. Luckily, that didn't happen. But what happened was, by the time we got to the station that did have bags, so I'm like walking back the way we came, and I'm looking for the poop. Luna's on her bike, and she takes off in front of me. Karma, she runs over the fucking poop. She runs over Archie's poop. So I had to clean off the damn. Why did he poop so much? I have no idea. I don't know what was going on with him that day. I don't know. I don't know what got into him that day. Normally, that is not the normal thing.
Normally, shit. Like that's like 3 times in one walk.
You've walked 70 feet.
Sometimes he does that. I don't know. That entire walk, we walked a mile probably, but sometimes he does that. I don't know.
How many times? I can probably count on one hand how many times I've walked a mile and shit 3 times during that mile.
You shit 3 times in a mile?
Sure.
Oh, cool. Sometimes Archie will go out there and not shit the entire walk, and then the next time he'll do that and go through. I don't know. He's a fucking weird dog. I don't know what to tell you.
For you.
I guess.
Yeah, awesome. At this point, I'd have him trained to only shit when we're at that guy's yard.
Yeah, give him a treat every time he does it.
The problem is I don't know where he lives. I don't know which house he's in.
Oh.
You know, the other thing that made me mad a little bit was that the house that Archie shit in that pissed the guy off. Like, I don't know those people well, but I talked to them. They have a dog. I know them to a certain extent from 3 years of living here. Like, they're super nice, friendly people. They wouldn't have cared at all. They would have known that I was probably going to get a bag. Like, they wouldn't care. And this guy's yelling at me. It's not even his fucking yard.
They're probably like, oh, that's Kyle's poop. It's okay.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Well, I'm saying if they were outside and Archie did that, like, they would have been like, oh, yeah. Like, or they would have just gotten me a bag. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. He has to be a member of the HOA.
Oh,
like, he has to be.
He probably fucking runs the damn thing.
Yeah.
Then he should go buy bags.
He sounds like the type.
Yeah.
You've played this over 100 times in your head at least since then.
Yeah.
What is the one thing you wish you would have said?
I think I wish I would have done what Kelsey said. Like, just when he insulted my parenting, been like, I don't know what I would have said. I haven't thought that through, but like, Kelsey had a really good response, and I can't remember what she said. I don't know. Either that, or I wish. I'm not good with confrontation, so the fact that he started off aggressively from the get, it gave me no opportunity to speak clearly to him. I immediately just got defensive and was like, "There's no bags. Like, I don't know. What do you want me to do? I don't know." Like, that's probably exactly what I said. And if he would have talked to me calmly and said, "Hey, man, can you pick up your dog's poop next time?" I would have been like, "Oh yeah, like I'm out of bags. I'm actually trying to go get bags." I would have been calm and told him what was going on, you know?
I wish your mom in your ear would have been like, "Fuck him up, Kyle. Get him, Kyle." Or like telling you what to say.
Ooh, yeah,
that would have been funny.
Like feeding it to you.
Yeah.
We tell him this.
Cicero. Yeah.
But like Luna even talked about it for like 2 days afterwards.
Right. Yeah.
You're like, fuck you, guy, for yelling at me with my daughter right there. Like,
she'll grow up to avenge you. Don't worry.
But you know, she definitely took a positive spin on it. Like what she was saying when talking about it was basically like, she's like, "Daddy, we don't yell at people. Like, we don't yell at strangers. We don't yell at people." And I was like, yeah, like, I'm glad she's thinking about it that way and not another way.
Should have kicked his ass, Kyle.
I told Jake the story, and he was like, "Oh, I would have fought him. I would have been fighting him." I'm like, that's not me. But also, if you're his soon-to-be child on the way, like if your kid was standing right next to you, you're really going to go fight someone? Like, I hope not, unless it's absolutely necessary.
Should have had the kid kick his ass.
He's like, somebody needs to kick his ass. I don't care who.
Let's all take a trip.
You should have been
I'm
like,
take a shit.
Need to go walk a mile.
Yeah.
Good story.
Do we have any more poop jokes before we move on?
I mean, how many times did I say poop or shit in the past 10 minutes?
We should have a counter going, dude. I'll see what I can do about that.
I told this story. I told the story to my coworkers on Tuesday morning, and I was like, every time I had to say poop station, I like paused. And I'm like, why am I telling this story? Not that any of them would care. It's just like I felt awkward.
Like 6 minutes in, you've said poop 30 times.
How was your weekend?
Poop, 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 poop.
Pretty good. Oh man, I'm gonna try to focus now. Oh shit. I have a question. I think this pertains to all of you guys. To me, the three of you are very inspiring to me personally. Okay. But who do you guys look up to? Do you guys have anybody in mind that you're constantly looking at as like guidance for bettering yourself? Or yeah, I think that's how I should ask that, right? Yeah, for like bettering yourself. Who are your role models?
Does that have to be someone we?
No.
Is it?
God damn it.
Please tell me you're not going to edit any of this out.
I have to. You can't hear him.
I'm sure whatever he's saying right now
He's
is
gone,
so
dude.
inspiring.
I'm out of here.
I'm gonna try to switch to my hotspot.
Uh-oh.
I don't know that I actively think about anyone. I don't know. I'm trying to think like if there's someone I'm thinking about on a consistent basis of like I wish I was doing that or not.
Not so much like doing the same thing, but more like they are kind of like your, I don't want to say motivation, but kind of like God, how can I explain this? Like, I know that you guys are always going to push and always stay calm and collective. Like your poop story you just told, Kyle. Like, you know, like a role model. Like in this situation, you know, Wes would never quit. Kyle would stay calm. Jess would do this, do that, you know, whatever.
Well, I'm the one that said that I would intentionally put a bag of shit on his porch every day. So I don't know that I'm the best role model.
Oh, it is.
I don't know. I mean, for that question, can you guys hear me at least now?
Yeah,
yes.
Much better.
So for like lots of years, I searched for like one guy that like had it all together in all categories. And that's unreasonable. But I didn't really put that together until a few years ago, where I was like, oh, because I'll be like, oh man, this guy's got it all together except this thing. Doesn't have a good relationship with his kids, or drinks way too much, or you know, doesn't work out or whatever. But I'm like, oh, I can just find inspiration I can take the good things from people and use that and try to apply it to my life. And then maybe I can be a source of inspiration for at least the people that I interact with. But once I made that switch, I felt a lot better because I was like, I don't have any friends because no one fits that mold. Almost like, when you're dating and you're like, oh, like the joke on, Jerry Seinfeld was he would always find the one thing wrong with him and then end the relationship. Well, that's unreasonable. But there's a lot of people that I'm like, oh, that guy's really good at this, or man, she's so comfortable in these situations. I just try to find those things of those people and just hold on to those things.
Yeah, I feel like I'm doing that without consciously thinking about it. I think if I were to say maybe one person, I feel like I talk about Armchair Expert podcast on here a lot, but I really appreciate the way Dax on, I guess maybe in life, but at least on that show talks, and how he's like not afraid to be vulnerable, and also the way he speaks about parenting and about failure and stuff like that. So I think probably, I bet when I'm listening to him speak, I'm like, oh man, I wish I was doing that. Or maybe I need to be more like that. So yeah, I think that's probably a good answer for you, Dave.
Do you find that you hear something, that he says or someone says, and then like try to apply it?
Yes, sometimes. I feel like I'm more aspirational with it. I feel like I wish I was doing more. Honestly, yeah. Yeah. I think there's yeah, I don't know. So like that I'm not gonna remember that guy's name. The Deloney Dr. John guy.
Yeah.
Listened to a couple of his videos and like felt like some of the stuff I was doing and some of the stuff I'm like, yeah, I really should put more of an effort into X, Y, or Z with that stuff. And then like I think about it heavily for like half a day and then it's poof out of my head. I'm like, how do I get myself to act on it and actually think about that stuff consistently? Because the other part of it that I think keeps me from doing some of that stuff is just, well, one, I just fall back into my routine probably, but also I'm like exhausted. I'm tired. I'm busy doing all this shit. Like, man, that's a lot of effort to then start doing something new or changing something about how I go out throughout my day or how I behave. Yeah.
If you want a good way to, I don't know, be held accountable or, reminded of that motivational moment, just tell Jackie, hey, I learned this and I'd like to do this, because when you don't do it, she'll be like, thought you were going to do that.
Yeah.
Just tell your wife.
No, yeah, you're not wrong. Part of me was like, I don't know why, but part of me was afraid to say, hey, I've been watching this stuff and trying to think about it. But like, why am I afraid to do that? Because that means I'm like trying to be better about stuff. So why would I
that's
be
a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm afraid to tell her because if I don't act on it, then I'm like, yeah, that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
So you don't want to really be held accountable.
Yeah, but I really need to be. Yeah. It's funny.
How about you, David?
I don't have any role models, but I'm
God
here right
damn
now.
It.
Not even Wes? I thought you were going to say Wes.
Wes nailed it on the head when he said that, he's taking good pieces from multiple sources. And I think that's true for just the three of you. I mean, I look at Wes and I'm like, okay, he's got a strong work ethic. And like his household, at least from the outside looking in, is like, if they come up with an idea, they execute it almost immediately. At least it seems like that.
That's
like an
Jackie.
example is like putting up decorations. Like when it's decoration time, it gets done immediately. And I'll fucking wait until Christmas Eve to decorate because it's a lot of work and it's just decoration, but still gets done. So then I'm trying to apply that to like other things. It's like, okay, well, if I may not want to do this one task, but I should do it, what would the Conley household do? They'd probably do it immediately. So now I try to like, force myself to do it quickly.
You're giving me credit for Jackie. I am a planner. Everything's got to be perfect. She gets an idea and she will immediately execute. And she does not give a shit if you're on board, which is like, it's such a good driving force. Like, Dan Lefkowitz was like that. Like, we'd be planning, the murals and stuff. And I'd be like, this thing and this thing and this thing. And he's like already putting up scaffolding. Like, you got to have people like that in your life. It's great.
See, I do that, but I don't finish what I started. So I have like, 20, home projects of some kind that I've started and just got bored with and moved on to something else.
It sounds really familiar to my house.
I'll let you guys borrow Jackie for a weekend.
Yeah, can she just come and complete all of the shit that I started and never finished?
She can just come over and just be like, "Oh, I thought you said you were going to finish that," and then leave. And then
no, she'll just do it. Like, even if it's something if she doesn't know how to do it. Like, one time she wanted a new vanity, and like we had to like cut a pipe in order to like move it. She did not give a shit. She busted out the Sawzall. I come home and there's fucking water shooting everywhere. But like, I admire that. Like, I am just not that way. I would be like, oh, we're gonna have to cut this pipe. I need to learn how to do. No, she's fucking hacking at it, and then whatever pops up, you just kind of figure out how to fix.
Yeah, I'm definitely more like you, Wes, where like if I have something I'm gonna do to the house or even anything really, it's like, let me teach myself everything about this for like 3 weeks before I start,
and then never do it.
And then never start.
Yeah, mental masturbation. Yeah.
I'm just gonna hire somebody to do it. To be quite honest,
that's where I'm like, I'm the least handy person in the world, so I'm still gonna research how to do it, and then I'm just gonna call somebody to do it.
But like, I would say probably 95% of the time, I'm going to hyperfixate on it for several weeks. I'm going to research everything there is to know about it, who does it best, read all the reviews, and then never follow through with it. That's my life in a nutshell.
Yeah.
The real question is the drink package worth it? Has anyone done it, and is it worth it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Survey says no. Some would say yes.
Ooh. Okay, Wes. Got one lined up just for you. How do you maintain a balance between staying true to your vision and being open to feedback and collaboration?
I am learning that as long as everyone knows my vision, that we like the collaboration and the feedback is actually the thing that's going to help me get to the vision. I feel like I froze again, didn't I?
No. Can you repeat the question? I just like the question did not retain in my head. I have no idea what you asked.
How do you maintain a balance between staying true to your vision and being open to feedback and collaboration?
Is this a job interview? Like, I just feels like
I saw that shit and I was like, Wes is going to answer this for sure.
Too much pressure.
Dude, for example, I switched accounts. I no longer have a much bigger account, like 250 people.
Can you repeat what you just said? Dude, the sound kicked out for like 2 seconds. Everything's good.
We're still good. Here. You're good.
Yeah. You got a new account?
Yes. I have like 250 employees. And my vision is totally different than the way it was being run. I can't pull that shit off by myself. So like the first thing I'm doing is spreading my vision. And now people are starting to come to me to collaborate and give me feedback. So it's actually necessary to achieve the vision.
That's cool. Yeah, that's dope. Oh, you look like you want to say something, man.
My phone was blowing up over there. That's why I was looking around.
I was pretending to be frozen so you don't call on him.
Kyle, man, you don't have to answer this question, man. It's a bullshit question.
No, I don't think so. It's a tough thing because you want to control, you want to have control. I get it. That's a tough question. It's also a tough question for my field because you start making something, like you're truly making something maybe from nothing, creating something, and then it's like you have to then handle the feedback. What I've learned over my career is just like that it's not for me. It's not mine. It's ours. We're a team. We're making this together. I need it to be the best for whoever the client is. And if people on my team can make it better, then great. And then they can collaborate and give me ideas. It doesn't mean I have to use them too. If I have a strong and valid reason why I don't want to go that direction, or can say why my idea is better, then it's just important to not always go with your idea, to not always be like, no, mine's better because it's mine. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
True that.
Thanks. Well, that's cool. That's dope. But enough about that, man. Let's get back to this poop bag thing, man. I feel like we started to sink there for a little bit with my ridiculous question.
Yeah. All you need to know is I'm very self-conscious as I walk around my neighborhood now.
Fuck them.
The guy fucked me up. He ruined my Sunday. He's ruining my week.
The one time that dads get to celebrate and he ruined it for you. Mother's Day, you're trying to enjoy yourself. And he just ruined it.
He was pissed about something.
You should find him and ask him. Ask him if he remembers confronting you and what it was, what made him yell at you.
Yeah, he looked at me like I was like a degenerate too. Like the way he was looking, I'm like
you look young, dude.
God, fuck off.
He's probably on coke. He doesn't even remember.
You know what would stun him is to ask him the question that Dave just asked you guys. Have him write it down for you.
Yeah, it's already out. It's gone.
You should ask ChatGPT what to do in that situation.
Yeah.
What to do when a middle-aged white balding man is shaking a bag of poop at you in front of your child.
You should kick its ass.
Here are 3 reasons why you should kick his ass.
Yeah.
I would actually love to see the answer to that.
Kyle's typing.
Yeah, Kyle's researching it right now.
I'm responding to Kelsey. Sorry. I wish I was getting on ChatGPT, but AI scares me too much. Now I'm like afraid to go on that website.
I'm so excited for it, dude.
AI scares you.
Scary shit.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff it's learned in the few months that it's that site alone has existed. Oh.
That's just what's available too, man.
I know, that's what scares me.
So dope.
Have you seen Adobe Firefly yet?
Oh no, I did hear about that though. I haven't seen it.
Oh, I just got approved for beta like this morning. I haven't got to use it yet.
Is that their image one?
Image, it'll make music. It finds B-roll for no reason. And like,
why is fucking AI going after creative? I don't
I don't. Dude?
It's so good. I can't wait.
Why?
You can edit photo and video via text. I'd be like, make this, video more warm or cool, or highlight just the face, or like you just type it. It'll find, like, it'll look at your
I know, but
video.
does that become a tool for the person that was already doing that as their job to get it done quicker, or is that person just replaced now?
That person is so
And
expensive.
is it okay that person's replaced? Is that okay?
I don't think they're replaced. I think it makes people who are using it way faster, because the people now, they're not going to be as good as professionals, but like anybody can, fumble their way through and figure out how to use stuff, but they want speed and they want quality. So they're still going to pay someone to do it. It's just now that person can do it faster. But on the flip side, a company, if they're smart, instead of outsourcing all their media and paying a lot, they could just hire someone internally who knows how to use this tool and be able to produce just as good stuff at half the price.
Yeah. I think the other thing that people aren't considering, I don't know what percentage I want to say, but I bet a lot of people aren't considering the fact that when you put your photo or your music or whatever you want in there to then be edited by AI, you're giving it all of that content and data. They now have it. And like, to then go and use that facial structure from that picture to go make a fake person, like,
I was going to post it on the internet anyway. You know what I mean? Like whatever I'm making is going on the internet, so they'll have it anyway.
I guess.
But I see. Yeah, you put a picture of your kid in there, but at the same time,
pictures of our kids are everywhere. It's just like we're just feeding it so much shit,
which means it's going to get better and make our lives better, Kyle.
I'm just like very torn on that. I can't.
Kyle's worried about job security.
I can't cope with that.
That's really how I think about it.
I'm not really worried about my job, not yet.
Yeah.
And like I said at the start of the show, it's like Kelsey's job is going to last way longer than mine, so we'll have something to fall on, and then I can figure it out. But what I want to be comfortable with is that maybe we at some point none of us have jobs and we're just a society. But how does that society function? Because we're functioned on fucking capitalism forever. Like, how are we all okay to just live with each other?
Do you think it's okay that some people are able to work remote and some people are still being called in to like do work in person somewhere?
If they don't, if it's not necessary for, well, that's true. I agree with what Wes just said.
Don't work there.
Yeah, you could go find another job. But also, like, if it's not necessary for you to be in the office, I think it's bullshit. But yeah.
Not necessarily like an office job, but like there was an interview with, I'm not gonna say his full name, but Elon, who he said it was morally wrong that people were still working from home when there's people that are required to go in and like do tasks.
That's choice.
But like you said, just quit, work somewhere else.
Yeah.
That's Wes's response for everything. Yeah, just quit.
Do something.
If you're getting bullied online, just get offline.
Mm-hmm.
But really,
that's how Wes looks at shit.
Just turn your phone off.
Yeah, just turn it off.
Take a break.
What's wrong with people? Yeah, stop overthinking stuff, people.
Oh man. Anyway,
is it bad to be that black and white?
No.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think wouldn't say it's a bad thing. It sounds a little privileged. I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, I get that. I guess do whatever makes sense in your scenario. But like, if people are like, man, this town is bullshit, I'm like, well, just fucking move.
Yeah.
So you're excited by the potential of AI. I'm going back to AI.
Yeah.
Like, are you just in the spot where you can't worry about something that hasn't happened? Or do you not see the potential of society collapsing?
I definitely do, but like, I cannot control any of it.
Yeah, I know.
Like it'd be just like spinning my wheels for something. There's no outcome.
So I guess what I wonder, what I want to understand, and I wish I had your take on it, because I wish I could just shut that side of my brain off. Is like I don't even know what the fuck I was gonna say.
God damn it!
It's like you just don't worry about it because it's not happened. It hasn't happened. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I was going.
I got really pumped.
I just completely lost my train of thought on it. I don't know.
Ask ChatGPT if the drink package is worth it.
That's a great prompt, actually.
Oh, shit. Well, I'm flying to Houston tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow morning. Be at the airport nice and early.
Gross.
Going to Houston.
Chopped and screwed. Why?
Company's flying me out there for a Houston Astros game Saturday.
Are you playing?
Yep. Apparently, you don't have to run or anything in baseball. So, not having a good leg is acceptable.
It's just a company function.
Yeah.
Where are they based? They're based out of Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That would be weird if they weren't.
They just pick
their owner's favorite team and everyone wants to fly there.
Yeah, they do like a whole guess they're doing like a charity event before the game, and then they rent out a suite, like a 2-level suite, and yeah, you can watch the baseball game.
So you can fly to Houston and take a nap.
Pretty much. No, I think it'd be cool. It's an indoor stadium, so it should be electric. I think. Not really big on baseball, so I don't know how like cheering goes there, but
see. Just get some hot dogs. It'll be fun.
I hate hot dogs.
Come on, guys, standing still. Like
I don't know how cheering goes on. Just gonna feel it out.
Baseball games are fun.
Let's see what happens.
It's a social thing more than most sports. You're able to kind of hang out and talk, and then all of a sudden, bam, some action will happen, and then you go back to talking. And so if you're gonna have a beer and hang out, that you'll have fun.
Give me a ballpark dog, just like Kyle would.
Yeah, I would freaking love a hot dog at a baseball game.
See? With relish and shit.
I eat like one hot dog a year. I do not like them.
Oh, I love them. Can't you tell?
Give yourself more credit, Kyle. All right. I won't keep you guys much longer. We do need one thing from you, Jess. I'm sure you remember it like it was 2 years ago. If you can give us you're listening to Deaf Dialogue. My name is Threat Rabbit. You're listening to Deaf Dialogue. The drink package is worth it. If you could give us something like that, some kind of sign off.
Can you just use the one from 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Kidding. Yeah, so this is Threat Rabbit. You're listening to Deaf Dialogue, and the drink package is not worth it.
Shots fired for anybody that bought the drink package.
You heard it here.
You heard it here first.
This just in breaking. Well, cool. Thank you so much for joining us and telling your I would say life-altering story.
After I told it, I'm like, it probably wasn't that great of a story, but you know, there's not a lot of excitement in my life right now, so it sounded like,
not yet
exciting.
I hear another cruise quickly approaching.
Yeah, can you imagine cruising with Mall?
She would fly away.
I'd watch that show.
I'm gonna record it the whole time.
Yeah.
Cruising with Momo. So sick.
It's $1 million idea.
All right, well, cool. See you guys next week, right here on Deaf Dialogue. Peace.
Bye.
Peace out.